Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
But I was going to say, we actually have this is our second pumpkin spice, and we have to move fast because we have 30 minutes until we tour.
So I shouldn't go into the emotional turmoil that I can see deep into your eyes.
No,
I'm
fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay.
I've been tormenting, ladies and gentlemen. I've been tormenting Jacob for days.
I think that's actually years, but
It's years?
Years.
I'm not good with time.
I don't know how
I'm not good with time.
time
This
works.
is one of the problems I have when I'm tormenting people. Is I think I've done it for a couple minutes, and they're like, "You have been torturing me for years." And I've been tormenting poor Jacob a little bit, a little additional fun.
It's been
for
fun.
me, not for him.
It's been good times.
Yeah.
It's been good times.
Yes.
As the director of promotion and marketing, I have my fair share of work cut out for me every now and then. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. But I think that we are going to... Should we jump in? No, we can't jump in.
You can look. We can do whatever you want to do. We can jump in. We can jump out. We can jump sideways. We can do the Lindy Hop.
Could you put your right hand in?
This is my left hand, but I'll do it.
Put your right hand out.
This is my left hand, but I'll do it.
Put your right hand in.
Is this still my left hand, but I'll do it.
And shake it all about. We do the hokey pokey and we do another show. That's what it's all about.
Hey!
As you can hear,
And now it's time to go.
You heard another voice in here, and if this is the first time you're hearing, it's a new member that we invited and joined the podcast last week, but he is here permanently and he's here again. So, Donald Duck. Donald Duck. Veronica's losing her mind.
This is terrible news. Now we've got all the ducks in the place. This is a disaster.
By the way, that is an added benefit to the podcast because one of Clayton's big gifts, Clayton Cogswell, by the way, the new member of the Biofriendly Podcast, he's great with sound effects with his mouth. He's so good with it. Mm-hmm. He's so good with it. We got choppers. So now the budget.
Guys, my ride's here.
Get to the chopper.
The budget just went through the roof.
It did.
Through the roof.
Yeah, I got to take a phone call, guys. Hold on. Sorry, that was my walkie-talkie.
By the way, I cut off your Mickey, and you were doing a good Mickey Mouse.
I was not. I was doing no such thing. I have no recollection.
I heard a good
whatsoever.
Mickey Mouse.
I was going to have a conversation with Donald. Yeah, but we'll do it later. Another day.
Another day.
Another day.
We'll do it
Christmas time.
Maybe we'll do it for you, man.
So today's subject.
We're going to get sued by Disney.
Yeah, no. They can't do a
We won't
thing.
get sued by Disney, Mickey. They'd never sue me.
That was Miss Piggy, not even Minnie.
Was it really?
Okay, sorry, Jakey. Go ahead.
I'm working with Henson and Oz right now. So I got it. Oh, look, our feedback detector just went bananas.
What?
Okay.
Lordy.
So we're gonna jump.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
One thing I am excited about this show is it's gonna go off the rails. It's gonna go off the rails. Oh, I do Fozzie. I do a Fozzie.
I love you.
Fozzie.
Kermit.
Yes!
Waka waka waka.
So we'll do an entire show
As the Muppets?
with Kermit.
Kermit.
Yeah, with Fozzie, and then with Miss Piggy. And we'll do another one with Goofy and Donald and Mickey. This will be great.
There it is.
Oh,
There it
my
is.
God.
Yeah.
I thought I had another Muppet under my belt, but
The hard one is Daisy.
Rolf.
Donald. She's always up there. The
Yeah.
Daisy's a tough one, but I'll get
kind of
her.
a know-it-all.
I'll get her, yeah.
I used to do Rolf, but it's been a while since I've done a Rolf, so I'm searching for it in my brain.
You'll
It's
get
not gonna
it.
come out. It'll come out.
Yeah.
So today,
Podcast!
woman.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Today,
Would you guys stop screwing around?
Who are you guys? What?
I can't believe I'm surrounded by these two animals.
Nincompoops.
One's literally an animal.
It would be awesome if you had a collar, broken chain collar, just like Animal.
Yeah.
Today, I found a subject that said robots that look like manta rays will sink seaweed to the ocean floor and will help absorb carbon.
So, Clayton, how do the robots that look like manta rays sound?
Exterminate.
I could have dropped a beat behind that.
I know.
Yes, that's exactly it. They will sell way more robot manta rays if they have a nice
They
beat.
operating like that.
Robot manta ray.
Robot manta rays are playing the Wiltern on Saturday. So a robotics company is making manta ray shaped robots that drown seaweed and lock away the carbon it absorbed throughout its life for hundreds of years in Davy Jones's locker.
Where do you find this stuff?
I have all over the internet. I scour the internet. This one I think was Tree Hugger. So seaweed absorbs way more CO2 than rainforests.
Yes, it does.
We've talked about that many times. Seaweed is a big deal.
It does.
So, and billions of tons of the stuff are now routinely washed up on the beaches of Mexico every year as a result of changes in the Gulf. So we have a lot more seaweed coming out into the shores and surface of the beaches.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than letting this happen, a company called Seaweed Generation has designed the Algae Ray, described as a Roomba meets Pac-Man, where it collects the sargassum seaweed and deposits it. There it is. It collects the sargassum seaweed and deposits it at depths where the sun can't reach and where pressures crush its buoyancy. Unable to photosynthesize energy, it dies and leaves the carbon trapped on the seafloor.
Oh, so it sucks up the carbon and then it drags
the
it
seaweed
down to the
It drags the seaweed
floor, and then it dies down there.
Yes.
And then stays on the seafloor forever.
But
Forever.
don't we need seaweed to be up to soak in the carbon?
We need the live seaweed to be up to grow. And as it grows, it absorbs carbon. It turns that carbon dioxide into seaweed, into its body. And then that's how it absorbs the seaweed.
Yeah,
So
but
what
once
is
it's
this
dead,
once it's
you need
dead
to get
and-
rid of it.
Oh, okay.
So that's the whole thing. So it says, anyway, by the way, this is my favorite quote from the creator of this company, Patricia Estridge. I love this quote because I love that she was at a...
I love her cousin Melissa,
Ready?
too, by the way.
Melissa Estridge? No, it's Estridge.
Oh, right.
So Patricia Estridge, founder, said, "I'm not necessarily passionate about sinking seaweed. I'm passionate about using seaweed for the best possible use case, which makes me feel that somebody on her board is very passionate about sinking seaweed because the way she so specifically says that." Are you okay, by the way?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
What did I say?
Carry on. Yes,
So-
Patricia Estridge.
Okay, so I just love that she specified. She's like, "I'm not necessarily passionate about sinking seaweed." So the specificity is not
Why
lost on
would you
me.
be?
Why would you be passionate about sinking seaweed?
Why would
But
you be?
Somebody who works for the Algae Ray really has it out for seaweed, and it's like,
His name is Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
I cannot wait to drown all the seaweed.
Once we have all the seaweed, we will take it to the tri-state area.
So
He's passionate about it.
Yes.
yeah, he is. So Seaweed Generation.
First, we grab all the seaweed we can find, and then we get manta rays, robot manta rays. And we're going to get them to grab the seaweed and take it to the bottom of the ocean forever!
Amazing. You
And here
didn't.
comes Barry the Platypus to
You
stop him.
didn't
Oh, look, there's a platypus! Hurry, the platypus!
they didn't realize that the Biofriendly Podcast not only gives them environmental education, but also works for every animated TV show in existence.
By the way, all of these things we've been quoting is all Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to do SpongeBob.
Heck yeah.
Patrick.
This is SpongeBob.
Quiet, you guys.
So we got SpongeBob covered too.
Okay.
Viacom.
So
Bring it in the
Nickelodeon.
Viacom.
Let's get Nickelodeon sue us. Let's do it. Let's get everybody in here.
Let's get
Dude, guys.
every heavy-hitting animation company come after us.
Yeah.
So Seaweed Generation believes it's correct to say that removing carbon from the ocean has the same effect as removing it from the atmosphere, since the two are constantly passing gigatons of the simple molecule between each other. So that's like the purpose behind this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, the final robot will be about 32 feet long. So that's what you're envisioning with this thing that's playing beats. 32 feet long.
That's a big,
It's big.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's big. Function autonomously and solar powered. But the short-term plan is to deploy around 10 of these to the Gulf of Mexico to get to work ASAP, while the long-term plan is to let them run human enterprise. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I was gonna say, how long until these are our robot masters?
Right.
What
Yeah.
could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here reading. It's like long-term plan is to find John Connor.
Just weird.
That's odd.
Sarah Connor.
Seaweed Generation is owned by Skynet. Anyway, so that's it. Sargassum of the seas.
What is it? Sargassum?
Sargassum is the type of seaweed implant. That's like the specific species.
Sargassum of the seas.
Yeah,
It
sargassum,
sounds
like
like
all-
a cruise ship
Yeah, I know.
run by AI.
It does. It does. The manta rays will run that cruise ship for sure.
unmanta-
Come aboard. It's an unmanta ray.
Unmanned.
That's it.
Well, look, the ocean is where most of the work when it comes to carbon happens. That's
Yeah.
where most of it goes on. Everything that's alive in there is dealing with most of our absorption of it, production of it. It's kind of a nice big fat cycle that goes back and forth.
It is.
There's a ton of it going up and a ton of it coming down, and
Yeah.
maybe this is going to be useful. Honestly, I think it's an excuse to make a giant robot manta ray.
Probably. I mean, look, let's be honest. Most of these people are just like, what kind of robot can we build? And
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm up for it. I mean, look, I don't. That's fine. I don't mind robots taking over the world. I've been down with that since the beginning.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, since we went to the Hastings Ranch and watched Terminator 2.
That's right. You guys
I
ride
was the only one rooting for the Terminator.
You guys, T2?
Yeah.
The T1000, I mean?
Yeah. Both. Yeah.
Robert
Exactly.
Patrick, man.
Right,
Okay.
Robert
All day.
Patrick.
I was like, man, that guy's made with polyalloy.
Did you guys know that Robert
That's all I
Patrick,
need.
Robert Patrick, for that role, I didn't know this until recently, he trained himself to be able to run with his mouth closed.
Because he couldn't do it.
No, because he didn't want to make it look like the Terminator needed a damn breath of air at all.
That's
that it
so
was a
sick.
machine.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So he could run full speed like that.
Oh, that's
And
so
never
sick.
go like this. Never
no
show
panting.
a sign. So he trained for months on end. I thought that was so cool. I was like, he thought through, like, this thing is running so fast and it shouldn't have to catch more air. So cool.
Yeah.
Way to go, Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
Good job. Loved
He's
it.
had an interesting career.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the thing. I'll put this up on everybody to see right there. This shows how the algae ray or whatever works. And so it says the algae ray collects sargassum on the surface, and then it drops below 135 meters where the pressure of the ocean crushes the air bladders, making it sink. So it gets like compressed, and then it sinks down, and then it's down there.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When the sargassum grows, it is attached to the sand down below,
Yes,
and when it
the
dies,
bed of the-
it
of bed of the
raises
ocean.
up to the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of this stuff actually taking out good living sargassum, right?
I don't know.
I think that's a concern. That's a concern. You got to talk to the robot.
I need to talk
think-
to Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah.
I think that Melissa definitely will be at the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her hit? What's
Listen,
her
I
hit
should
song?
come to her window.
Yeah, come to our window. You
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, there you go.
I'll be home soon.
I was drawing a blank
Come
on the
inside.
Melissa Etheridge.
Wait by the light of the moon. Come to my window.
I like the idea that the algae ray only plays Melissa Etheridge songs. That's what.
I would actually like to hear it play Patricia Etheridge songs.
Patricia.
I think those would be more interesting.
Yeah, but she just runs some like robot company. I mean, I really want to talk to.
She's not even passionate about it.
I mean, no,
she's
she's
like,
not-
it's not
she's
like
not
my dream was to
passionate
make
about drowning.
robot manta rays.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't even know why we're doing this article actually.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Melissa.
Like, gosh, she didn't even care. Gosh.
don't
No,
know.
look,
It's a-
I think
it's-
it's like
it's an
good.
interesting
Yeah,
thing.
it is an interesting
It is
thing.
an interesting
And,
thing.
Look, anytime we can talk about robots
I'm down.
helping the environment, I'm in.
Yeah.
And look, it's really good to know how we're all gonna die
Yes.
via robot hands in the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Robot manta ray, Roomba bot.
Right.
Yeah.
Roomba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roombots.
And I mean, they keep mentioning the Gulf in here, so it seems like it's specifically for
Right,
a
that there's
certain
just
area.
too much there. They've got to do something about it. It's driving people
Right,
crazy. Let's
right.
fix this. Here's a green way to do it. Here's an environmentally friendly way to do
Right.
it. We can get that. We can
get it down
sequester
there.
that CO2.
Exactly.
We can. I get it.
Yes.
I actually do get it.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I finally feel seen and heard.
Yes, you are. You are.
You're no longer a child.
No longer.
How long did
have
we
to
do
be
it? Did we do
seen.
it? Did we make a 6-minute episode?
Well, that was probably one of our quickest in history.
That was about 86 minutes. That's perfect.
Yeah.
86 minutes. Again, time, it doesn't, I can't.
This most recent one, I think we just hit about 20 minutes. So that's good. I'd say that's a pumpkin spicer
For a
right
pumpkin
there.
spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems about right?
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to close out on the show. So I guess look into the algae and what they're doing down there in the Gulf and see what else can be done about sequestering carbon from seaweed, dead
Yeah,
seaweed.
and until they perfect the technology, just stay out of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, whatever you do, don't make eye contact with the algae.
Just stay out of the water. There's monsters in there.
Yeah, there are.
We've now created them.
Yeah.
It's
So
a gigantic 32-foot Leviathan.
Yes, that runs everything. So thank you again for tuning into the Biofriendly Podcast, and we can't do the show without you, so make sure you're subscribed and sharing and letting everybody you know in your life that this is the greatest podcast that's ever existed in the world. And actually, we're on our way to becoming even better. We got surprises on the down the road that we're working on.
What?
And the hit factory that we are, we're about to become the platinum factory. here.
Really?
Yeah.
As good as Melissa Etheridge?
As good as Melissa Etheridge, and maybe as good as Patricia Etheridge.
Well, now we're crazy.
Now we're getting crazy.
Yeah, this is insane.
So, thank you for joining us. We are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Bringing you top quality content since 1823.
I want a jingle for that one now. I want a jingle for that. Science without the stiffness.
Green. Grain without the groaning.
Inspiring fear and love. Okay.
You sound like Gideon from Gravity Falls.
I know,
Another
totally.
Disney reference.
Yeah, right?
This show is about the patience.
There you go. I'm losing it now. I'm losing the plot. It's the one this show. No. Oh, careful. You'll catch feelings.
Kerosene guy and corn dog Rogers have been having a lifelong battle in my head.
Perfect. This is we'll turn your enemies into friends.
We are down with the hooey. What? The hooey. What? So we can take a hooey. Stick it in your ear. Stick it in your ear. Stick it in your ear.
And last one is it's the newest one. Let us do the teaching. You're terrible at it. And then we had those garbage ones that we threw in the trash.
No, those are garbage. Those should throw in the trash.
I thought the
Clay,
tags are actually longer than the episodes.
Oh yeah.
Well, this time we're having it today because of the pumpkin spiceness of it.
Yes.
We went a little crazy. We went a little long. We normally just deliver the goods. Today we
went bananas.
cheers.
we bananaed the goods. Yeah.
So, but
do you have any words?
Any words?
I do.
Thank you, Donald. And then Veronica says,
I'm sorry. Pumpkin spice, happy nuggets, and stop and smell the flowers.
"That's perfect. That's perfect. Well done, everybody. Well done."
Let's go!
Biofriendly Podcast.